People working in extreme situations as offshore oil rigs, miners, seamen, etc. What was your F this, I'm out moment? A former coworker, Jason, told me the story. Jason was working at a dock in China and unloaded shipping containers from huge international cargo ships. A typhoon had just passed, and many of the inbound ships had been delayed for days due to the extreme weather. Once the weather cleared, a backlog of ships was waiting to be docked and unloaded. To make matters worse, a tropical depression had just been upgraded to a tropical storm and was expected to make landfall within 48 hours. It was organized chaos as the dock workers frantically tried to unload 3 times the volume of shipping containers in half the time. Jason was a senior cargo agent, and his job was to verify that the information on the offloaded shipping containers matched the information on the manifest and to inspect shipping containers for damage visually. A cargo agent had to sign off on all cargo before an unloaded ship could disembark. As there were a limited number of spaces for ships to dock, it was crucial that the cargo agents verify the unloaded shipments as quickly as possible so that another ship could dock immediately. Everyone at the dock had walkie-talkies, handheld portable two-way radios. Jason heard dock manager 1 going absolutely apeshit because an unloaded ship had been waiting in the dock for nearly 2 hours, and no cargo agent had verified their delivery. Jason radioed cargo agent 1 assigned to that area, but there was no answer. He then radioed cargo agent 2 and still received no response. He then radioed the following closest senior cargo agent 1 and asked him to drop everything and verify the cargo immediately. After 30 minutes, dock manager 2 radioed that the ship was still docked. Jason then radioed senior cargo agent 1, who he had sent over there, and did not receive a response. He then radioed dock manager 1, who had been screaming into the radio, and again received no response. Jason was now the only senior cargo agent in the area, and it now fell to him to verify the unloaded shipment and get the delayed ship out of port ASAP. As he got into his truck to drive over, a nagging feeling of dread kept telling him not to go. He ignored the feeling and drove there anyway, all the while trying and failing to radio anyone else in the area. When he arrived at the unloading zone, he couldn't bring himself out of the truck and later said that it felt like he was being physically pushed back into his seat. Jason then picked up his radio with a shaking hand and broadcast, "Unknown threat near unloading section 4. All workers evacuate immediately." This is not a drill. And just like that, a multi-billion-dollar port was shut down. A hazmat team was soon dispatched and found that a shipping container damaged in transit had been carrying heavier than air inert gas. The gas leaked and displaced the air, then became trapped between several rows of closely stacked shipping containers. Every person that approached immediately lost consciousness. 5 people were found dead near the damaged container, and Jason was later fired because he did not actually have the authority to shut down the port. The Chinese equivalent to a wrongful termination lawsuit was filed, and Jason was strongly encouraged to settle, or else the Chinese government might find him partially responsible for the workers' deaths. As a white foreigner in China, this was a genuine possibility, and he ended up settling for a modest amount. Jason still blames